I'm going to make one last attempt to get a trophy for the mini trophy race to secure me the avatar. Welcome back, vintage gamers, to night number 2 of our trophy race. I have one off stream and one on stream. 4-0 lose round 5. So not going super well for me, but I'm going to do a couple more leagues tonight and see if we can't luck our way into a nice little trophy here. I do know there's some lag happening on MTGO, so we'll have to see how that pans out. And I'm definitely going to start with the fun one here. This is the latest Lutri the Spellcaster singleton list from Medvedev, who just very frequently goes 4-2 breaker into top 8, losing the quarterfinals with this deck. So I thought it'd be fun to try it out. It's basically, you know, a blue-black Tinker, blue-black PO kind of deck, but just you're only allowed to play one of each spell. So you really have to start pushing yourself to the limit here with various cards like Tameo, Waterlogged Teachings. But I did cut some of the more egregious ones with there was a Demir Charm in the deck. There's no longer a Demir Charm in the deck, so but we have our one energy flux, so don't worry, not me. We have our shops 8. We have both a basic and a non we have both basics, so it should be fun. See you in round 1. Okay, here we go. Round 1. I've got an otter. Thanks. Good luck, have fun. I want to keep this hand. They revealed a Chancellor of the Annex. Okay. It's kind of annoying because it prevents me from holding open Fatal Push. I was gonna like fetch land, hold open Fatal Push, or buy Lutri or something, but now I'm kind of priced into just paying for this. Gotta get our mana going. What's the best instant or card with flash in our deck? Anyone know? someone figure that out for me. Basic planes. Uh-oh. Oh, Black Lotus. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, if you played Planes Go, I'd be sad. But Black Lotus is good. I would probably swap around the order here. But I guess you did reveal your mono white already, so it probably doesn't matter too much. And I only have one Force of Will in my deck and one Force of Negation because I'm a Lutri deck, so. Red mana. Magus of the Moon. Oh. Well. I could have played around this, but I didn't. All right. Well, I hope I can find a good card off. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I can't cast this one. I hope I have a good card off of Waterlogged Teachings, because that's where we're at in life. Do I have a blue bounce spell? I don't. I don't have a blue bounce spell. Great. So now what do I do? I guess I can buy a Lutri. I mean, I feel like I should still just cast this and get like Ancestral, right? Mountain. No attack. I don't think my Lutri block plan is going to work if my opponent is no attacking right now. I could have played around this by fetching a black mana. So I have a PO for 2. Like long goodbye, I can't. All right, I'm just going to get an Ancestral Recall. Gonna cast Ancestral Recall. Ah, my swamp. Well, that's pretty good. On the list of cards that are quite good right here, Swamp is very high. Buy this Lutri. I do have like Jet, Lotus, I assume a Petal. There's no Petal. A Chrome Mox, an Opal, Trinisphere. Do I care about Trinisphere? I don't think so. I mean, all my spells in my entire deck all cost 3 mana, right? How much blue? I need another. Oh, I have red sources, so I can wait on and double Lutri. So I guess we just wait. Because I can actually cast Lutri off my mountains. When Lutri enters, if you cast it, copy target spell or thing you control. All right, so we're going to play an initiative creature here. Oh, I guess I can't actually kill this thing until I fetch a fatal push. So I guess it doesn't actually help me very much. Because if I double cast a long goodbye, this doesn't actually kill this thing. I mean, it's fine. Like I can just go long goodbye on the Magus of the Moon, and then on the next turn, fatal push this thing, take the initiative, get my basic island. It's gonna be fine. It's like a little unfortunate, right? But right, long goodbye this. Oh wait, I kind of want. Yeah, it's fine. Because I want to just play this Lutri so I can take the initiative. Do I have any Surveil lands? Somehow the answer to that question is no. Um, all right. I'm gonna fetch. Is there anything good to take off this vampiric right now? I guess I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna be able to. So I could like vampiric for time walk if that's good. Is that good? I can vamp for time walk, fatal push this, take the initiative, play a land, and time walk. I don't know if that's like better than just like. I don't have a tinker that's good because I let the thing resolve. Vamp for something. What is the best card in my deck? Is it Psychic Frog? This is not what I expected to be streaming tonight, but we'll take it. Attack with Lutri. Take the initiative. I guess this means I can't sink into Stupor their next spell. Do I need to do that? I guess I kind of want to do that. I think I'd rather play Frog. We know that their hand has Mountain Chancellor, 2 unknowns. Probably more 4 drops. Yep. Can still float some mana. All right. Another caves here. Yeah. I guess that's not great for me. It's not really that big a deal either. Hmm. Flusterstorm, not a great magic card here. So, like, I don't have to bounce this caves, but I don't really want them to attack with the caves. But I guess I can just fly to start, and then we can figure out after if we need to. But then I lose out on 3 damage. All of these things are not particularly great. I'm gonna pitch both of these cards, though. I guess I can just make this Lutri bigger as well. And then I can just block. What is this? It's a red elemental blast? You only have a Trinisphere here. Well, that makes me, like, not want to pitch these spells. I mean, they must have a Reb or a Swords. Would they tap a land if they had Solitude? I mean, I can pitch one of these. I guess the question is, I am forging, right? Like, the cards in my deck don't seem very good. But I could always Lost Well, and I have a draw. Land. If we don't need that, probably throw it away to my frog. All right, I mean, let's see what they do. If they go to combat, then maybe we just bounce it. If they, like, go for a removal spell, then I have a counter. Oh, well, that takes the initiative back by itself. Ugh. Why do I feel like I'm losing this game somehow? So now I think we just bounce the caves. PO? I lost a trophy match to aggro shops. I kept a hand that had Black Lotus, Probe, Merchant Scroll. Saw that they had nothing. Merchant Scroll for Ancestral, and my Ancestral drew me Tinker Citadel non-land, and I lost. So it's quite the outing. It's hard to win 5 matches in a row. So I don't think I jumped the frog this time. I think I just attack with both my units. Do I have to worry about dying on the swing back? I kind of want to draw a card, though. So maybe I just jump the frog anyways. Like, if they block, am I upset? Maybe. Try to keep the removal spells in my yard in case I draw, like, a Yogg-Will. It's lethal? Oh, 5, 10. Yeah, I guess they just die then. You're right. Because of trap. Okay. I'm the initiative now. Okay. They've seen the line. I mean, trophying is not easy. Winning 5 matches in a row of any kind of Magic is not easy. When you're like max, I don't know, if it's a league, you're max what, 70% win rate or something? Maybe a slightly higher. Even with the 70% win rate, winning 5 in a row is not easy. And you're not gonna typically be 70% win rate. All right, so mono white initiative. I'd like to be able to tinker for a portal. I want to play Virtue's Ruin, Death Mark, yeah, Snuff Out, Dismember. Whoa, who hurt Medvedev? This is quite the removal based sideboard here. So I don't really like Karn on the draw. I don't mind Shieldred. I don't really like Narset. I don't really like Bauble on the draw. I don't really want to play Mental Misstep or Flusterstorm or Probe. We are very little blue cards in our deck, but I guess we don't have Force, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Like, we don't have 4 forces, that's what I'm trying to say. Probably want to keep a Needle on Wasteland. This is the Medvedev special. This is the Lutri Gaming. No. Keep it fresh. Why is this so big? It looks big. I don't have a blue card for Force here, but I'm the Jewel Gamer now. Oh, no. No, not Chancellor. Chancellor's really good in my hand. I guess it's not that good if I have Snuff Out. So as long as I can Snuff Out, then maybe we'll be okay. All right, I'm going to F6. Chromox. Chancellor. Yeah. Cavern. Human. And another box. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, God. Stop. Why? All right. Well, I hope we don't get wastelanded. If we don't get wastelanded, we're probably fine. Can't cast the Snuff Out now, though. So I do have to hope we don't get wastelanded. I guess we're probably not getting wastelanded because they're a Magus deck. But we have to hope we don't get Magus as well. Oh, no. It made red mana. Oh, wait. It's a... Somehow I think I'm still losing this game. Even if I snuff this out, does not look good. I guess if we draw a fetch land, we can fatal push this. So if we draw a fetch land here, it's actually not bad. Because we can snuff this out, paying 1, fetch, fatal push this. And then they're on the Lost Well. I thought our hand was like... I mean, our hand was definitely risky on the draw, but... I drew a Time Walk. Okay. Well, so now I have to wait until they forge. And then I probably have to kill the caves. Because I have a death mark for the Archon still. All right, well, that's gonna hurt me. It's gonna hurt me a lot. All right, I'm going to snuff this out so they don't get any value. I'm going to pay for the Chancellor. My only spell this turn. I get hit for 4 down to 10, and then I go to 5 off of Trap. They have to have no creatures in their hand. Oh, they have another one. It's uncounterable anyways, even if I could cast Force. Yay. All right, fair enough. 2 Black Lotus hands. All right, so on the play, we'll bring that Bauble back in. I think we were actually getting like making a comeback here because we so close because we could deathmark this, and then if this was a fetch land, we're actually coming back, kind of. Probably still losing the throne, but just have all the underground seas, none of the fetch lands. All right, I'm gonna bring the bauble back in, and then I'm going to put. Oh, I don't have my Tolarian Academy does not make mana, so. But we don't have chat. We had no mana. Huh? Oh, you want to use the mana vault? Sure. I guess we could have done that. That is a true statement. Eh. We should have done that, of course. All right, this needle is definitely the worst. I guess this trap on the draw is not great either. I don't like this deck at all. I truly do not like this deck. All right, swell again. I guess you might have to keep this hand. Gemstone Caverns. A banger. Please don't Chancellor me as well. Oh yeah, we're playing a Medvedev deck for content for sure. If I guess I can only get basic island off of this. So I'm getting basic island. So I have a Tinker next turn if I can cast it. I didn't bring the Sphinx in. Maybe I should have brought the Sphinx in. Man, these 4 mana starts have been brutal. Maybe we just portal this thing. I feel like we're probably winning the game if we just portal this, right? I mean, we also have just Citadel. I just don't know how good of a Citadel the deck this is. I'd be very sad if we went for Citadel and died. Key. Does this make enough mana to like 3, 5, 8? 1, 2, 5, 6. So no. But I have 5 mana. I also have 6 mana. So I can do. Wonder if there's a Beseech the Mirror kill? No. Our opponent is playing a red-white initiative deck with Magus of the Moon and initiative creatures. I kind of. Man. I like tinkering. I just don't know if I want to tinker for. We haven't seen the Disenchant land yet, no. Man, portaling here is a little low value. I mean, I can get a Time Vault. I can't win with Time Vault. So if they have a Disenchant, I will lose. I'm aware we can put Time Vault on the table, but I just don't know if that's what we want to be doing. It's like you have to try to pick the thing that has the highest chance of winning between Citadel, Tinker Portal, Time Vault Pass. I think those are our best options. I don't have a lot of faith in either Tinker option, to be perfectly honest. This deck does not look like the best Citadel deck that I've had my the pleasure of witnessing. I'm gonna go with Vault on the table. And then my opponent needs to have a disenchant or a null rod. Or a mind break trap also works. We'll see what happens. Well, they're going down the lost well, so they probably have some kind of answers. They bottomed. It's a good sign. And we got there. Woof. Medvedev sneaks by red-white initiative. All right, round 2. Still have an otter. Yeah. Has a tinker. I can go turn 1 I mean, if I get griefed, I'm sad, but I at least have turn 1 Ruby Bobble on tap tinker. Game 1 against Dredge. I think that's fine. Does it get much better than that? I mean, we do have a needle in our main, so there are some other options, but this looks pretty good. 6-card dredge hand? No, 7-card dredge hand? 5-card dredge hand. Okay. Binned no dredgers, but played hollow one, hollow. I need to draw a Mox right now. Opponent playing 2 hollow one is really good against my Citadel plan. Did not draw a Mox. Well, I can tinker off of the bauble, I guess. Still. They're gonna play some Hollow Vine gameplay here. I guess I would rather... Would I rather play this land tapped right now? No, I'd probably rather like be able to hit Lotus and bounce a hollow one. Even if it costs me an extra damage. They probably don't have Wastelands in the main, but I guess if they have Wastelands in the main, I would rather play the fetch. I guess I could always draw with this bauble too. I don't know if I would ever do that, but... So I have to start at 11 life on a Citadel with no land drop to give. Maybe there's a better way, but I don't have a better way at the moment. I guess theoretically, just simply bouncing a hollow one means they can't replay the hollow one. So if I had a backup option here, like, or a way to deal with another hollow one, I could go for that. But I don't think that's... I think I'd rather have the 4 life to work with the Citadel. I think this deck wants a Sphinx of the Steel one in the main. Is what I'm kind of leaning towards. Like these Lutri decks, I thought they always played like a Sphinx in the main as a secondary tinker target. But I would like that. I guess I have to sack off the bauble if I want to use Citadel. All right. There are definitely a lot of good hits here. That's not one of them. If they hit a Dredger, they can hit a Creeping Chill and knock me out. Mental Misstep. Noxious Revival. Activate. Shambling Shell. Dredge. No chill. I go to 3. 3 is not a good number, but I can hit a bunch of Moxen. Okay, I'll go to 2. Yeah, okay. I can't draw the card that I'm mystical, though. So the mystical is kind of a dead card. I could tinker again. It doesn't really get me anywhere. I have opposition agent block, sink into stupor, bounce. But I feel like I'm going to die to a creeping chill. How many are there? There's 3 chills. I don't know if I have a choice, though. Do I have a choice? Do I have a different play? I mean, I could fetch this away, but then I'm not actually getting anywhere either. And if I live the turn, I can Mystical for a PO and try to win or something like that. This deck doesn't even have a Tendrils in it, right? How am I supposed to win the game? I have to Twister? That's crazy. All right, I guess I have to fade a Creeping Chill. Oh, I technically have Bounce Block, so if my opponent doesn't have Creeping Chill, then I can Mystical on the next turn. But I have to I have to avoid a Creeping Chill, which I don't have any gameplay to do. So like, what's my percentage chance of avoiding a chill with just an imp in the yard? Oh, that's an Archamoeba, and no, nope, I hit a chill. I think they had pretty high likelihood of hitting a chill for what it's worth. Damn, that is a really unfortunate game to lose. I feel like we should be looking to kind of steal that game. That was an easy win if I had a Sphinx of the Steel Wind in my deck in the main. So, yo, what up? Yeah, we haven't played any fastball in a while. Are there any more dredge hate here? Jailer. So, it's kind of hard to parse this sideboard because it's all one-ups that all do very random things. Negation is I mean, there were times where I would want to get a Sphinx against a variety of decks. Maybe that doesn't really, maybe that's not the case anymore, but man, this deck has so many bad cards. How am I gonna take all these cards out? I guess a Dismember kills a hollow one. I mean, this opposition agent is completely dead, but I mean, it depends on the dredge draw, doesn't it? Like, that's not a straightforward yes or no. I mean, this, I guess, is as close as we're gonna get. Maybe I could have kept in Mental Misstep. So this is a Jailer on 2. It's pretty slow. I think that's just not very good. Hmm. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. I mean, I assume I'm supposed to try to keep this in combo with this hand, but I don't exactly know how it does that. Like, what is this? I guess I just have Demonic for... I cut Citadel, though. So it's like, does a turn 1 Sphinx beat Dredge? I guess, like, what's the most likely card that would beat Dredge if we Demonic for it? Between, like, Dredge Hate and Tinker and... I don't like this deck. Needle? I mean, I can also lead with Brainstorm for what it's worth. I can go Lotus Brainstorm here. It's not that bad. My opponent is on 4 cards on this mulligan, so the Jailer does look a little bit better that way. I am still running into Trap no matter what I do. I think I'm just going to hold. I think I'm just gonna go. I should have played the tap land. I'm gonna go Needle because I can't brainstorm with fetch now. Our deck doesn't really beat a hollow one, so yeah. I wish I had played this tap land, so the next turn I could go brainstorm with a fetch, but. Sorry, I should have brainstormed and tried to hit my one force. My bad, my bad, my bad. I did not do that. Sorry. Oh shit. No dredger yet. All right, they hit a dredger and Icarus. A second bizarre. This player is a Beerus. He's Beerus Jr. I don't have any storm, right? So whatever. Am I dead here? Icarid, 6, 7, 10, 13, double chill kills me. So yeah, I'm probably just dead here. God bless. Mm. I'm really happy to not play any more matches with this deck. I mean, they have 7 cards left in their library. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, if I had gone for Jailer, we would win this game. Maybe not. They might have had Force. No, they had Force Will, 4 cards. Yeah, we would win this game if we win Jailer, but. Ugh, another one. In an odd twist of fate, I submitted the wrong deck list for this next round. We are going to play some Tinker PO like it's 2019. I'm taking the Italian PO Masters deck list here. I maybe switched around a card or two. We have the nice little Static Prison, 1 mana, answer everything, but only for 2 turns. Or maybe it's like more like 3 turns. You know, you can always pick it back up with PO if you need to. I like this list a little bit with the Ponder. The Ponder is a nice glue to try to put together your non-broken draws. So this list got some nice things going on. I would probably switch around some cards. I like the idea of Teferi right now in the metagame. But this is the Italian PO Masters deck, so we're going to try that out next. Okay, attempt number 8, Tinker PO. We're up against the Brewer himself. I'm going to keep this hand. Obviously, it's not the strongest, but I kind of like Probe Force, Narset. Obviously, Citadel is kind of castable in our deck. We have Black Lotus. We have some number of Underground Seas. All right. Opponent's off to the races. If we do have to force, it'll be interesting to see what I want to pitch. Probably Probe. Another Mox. No Cat. PO. Okay. I'm like a little worried about a Hull Breacher here, so... Oh, no, I'm not. I'm coughing up a storm, but I'll just do my best. Yeah, I don't... I'm going to try to naturally time walk into another blue source. I'm a little worried about a hold reacher on this probe, but if I hit nothing next turn, I might just have to probe anyways. All right, sweet. So now I'm gonna jam a Narset. I guess that has hard cast negation mana as well. Just something to worry about. Ponder, 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 ponder top. Hmm. Top goes better with PO. I guess I can probe if I ponder. I don't know. I'll go with top for the eventual PO here. Maybe that's greedy. I want to keep this PO though, so I'm gonna hold this probe. I do have to force a hold breacher if they have a hold breacher. All right, no hold breacher. And we have a resolved Narset. Oh, it's Oath. Oh. Is this a red and 6? Or is it an Oath? It's an Oath. Yeah. I'd rather fight over the Oath. If they counter back, then I just have to go for a combo kill on my turn. It's fine. But if not, I buy myself multiple turns. So I could Mystical here and then find the card with Narset. I don't like that very much. I could always Mystical and then draw the card with top as well. I think I would rather look at and find a new card first and see where we're going. Mana Crypt puts us in PO territory here. But what exactly do we want to do with this PO? How deep do we want to go? I kind of like the idea of play my top and jam a PO. And probably for a lot. I think I'll pick up the Narset. Maybe a little risky, but... We did not draw a blue mana source or even a blue land. But we have force now. We can top and spin and see if there's another blue mana. Because if there is, we can PO again for 3. Ancestral. So we lose our top, but we can PO for 3. I'm okay with that outcome. I mean, I don't have to. I can just wait. I have force. What if I just get a Misty and pass with Force Fluster? And I'm even holding up PO if I want to. It's probably even better. Because next turn we could like play on Narset, get an extra thing, PO again. Don't have any like by drawing the force off the first thing, we don't actually have to go crazy. So now to the question of do we want the top and the ancestral over something else? Yeah, probably. We're super far ahead at this point, so kind of just picking max value plays. So we know there's an ancestral. So I kind of like the idea of simply going top draw, cast ancestral first. It's like not the most efficient, but it's I think reasonable enough. Oh, wait, where's the ancestral? Did I order it wrong? All right, that's my bad. Sorry. I I really messed this up, unfortunately, but I don't want to use my blue source. So they're gonna force this with pitching a Tezzeret. That's totally fine. Yeah, I really messed this up, but it's fine. I think my 1/4 should be good enough at this point, so I go play I played this turn just terribly. But I'm hoping to find a second force off this. I see. I'd rather have a blue source. I don't like the way I played this, but that happens sometimes. I'm gonna lose some amount of life. Is there anything I want a mystical? I mean, I want a mystical for another PO, but I don't really need to do that. Might as well. Is a Yogg better yet? Oh, we're gonna get Flusterstormed on this? That's fine. I still have a Narset to buy me another card here. I think I'm okay going down 1 mana to save a life. Especially if we don't end up like POing this turn at all. Maybe I should have flipped first and then seen if that had any impact. So a Brainstorm would let me tinker here if I find one off of Narset. Otherwise, I guess that lets me play a Citadel. It's pretty good too. Hopefully I don't have a Beseiju. Alright, I'm gonna play a Soul Ring. 13 life. Play a Ponder. Draw a card we don't want to cast. We're gonna have extra colorless, so I guess we would rather draw the Time Vault. Ponder. Alright, draw the Ponder and then Black Lotus Pio. Alright. That should be game ending. I have Tinker Vault Key here. Along with lots of other stuff. Alright. So just play everything out that doesn't hurt me. Just go get another force in case. And then I will Volkey. Maybe I should actually tinker off of Mana Crypt here, but it's fine too. I guess my opponent could still have a... Not really. They can't really have a Beseiju at this point. There's a... Alright. And then after that, we just demonic for a Mentor or a Saga. Alright, Oath. I have a Containment Priest, apparently. I have Force of Negations, which look quite good. I have a Karn. Probably not on the draw. No Cage, though. Static Prison, good. Balance, pretty bad. Shouldn't need this snow-covered island unless they're on some kind of recurring wasteland package. And then... one more card we don't like as much. Maybe Mystical is the worst card. Something like that. It's interesting that this decklist has one Containment Priest in it. But it is a tutoring deck, so... So opponent's gonna be a little bit all in. Probably keep these extra negations, though. Of course, we don't exactly know what our opponent's gonna be on. We saw a Tezzeret was pitched to Force of Will, so we do know that our opponent is a bit of a brewer. He actually, I think we 5-0'd with the last oath list that he sent us. So be that as it may. I actually don't know if that is even a correct turn of phrase for that exact spot. Oh man. We are deep into the sideboard tank though. Gotta fetch out the sideboard guy for 2019 PO. No Luris mirrors. Yeah, I haven't played against too much Luris. What do we got? Oh, this hand is. I think this hand's bad. Maybe it's fine. Ah, man, it's like not great, but if we don't immediately die and we play a bauble and then time walk and then let's give it a shot. I can see this hand actually being a mulligan just because it's not powerful enough, doesn't have a force in it. But I also don't exactly know what kind of oath deck my opponent is playing. Oh. Shields down. Shields are down. But I can imagine this actually just being outside of the range of keeps versus specifically Oath and Tell, if they are in fact on Oath and Tell. Do know that there's a bit of lag at the moment. So like, if my opponent just slams a turn one Oath with an Orchard, then yeah, this hand doesn't do it. But what is this? Soul Ring. Mana Vault. Okay, so maybe it's like a PO Oath. That does kind of make my hand worse. Definitely did not want to see another fetch land there. Mm-hmm. That's okay. I say while coughing a storm. Yeah, I haven't been streaming as much because I was in Europe. Hardcast Force, I guess, is technically applicable here. Correct. Played multiple Eternal weekends. Well. I top 32 vintage. And then I won 2 events in Italy. So not bad. Lusterstorm, huh? All right, so I'm gonna play this slow. I'm gonna Demonic Tutor for a force, which gives me some protection. I say I have to crack a bobble if I have to force, but if I don't have to force, then I can go to my turn and play a land, tinker off the bobble, and then I have force, misstep, and flusterstorm back up. which I think is more than acceptable. I guess this line is still pretty bad into Beseju. That's not something I really thought too much about, but show and tell. Man. Yeah, I think I have to let that one resolve. What? Man, I'm just being surprised all the time now. My opponent just... No, my Tundra! No! That's a Woodfall premise. It's a lot worse than an Atraxa, I must admit. No! Come on, man! Why? Why, man? Why? You can't be serious. How could this happen to me? All right, we're almost there. I didn't really... This was not part of the plan, but... Hopefully we draw another non-opal Moxen. Get the casting. Or this premise kills us. I guess we still have just like natural POs as well. I can tinker for... Nothing gives me extra mana in the same turn. But over the course of 2 turns... Turn this opal into like... Does it make sense to turn the opal into like a soul ring? I'm gonna take another hit. Like my Citadel is kind of becoming a problem here. I might have to just go for a different avenue. What game is this? Game 1? I don't have a swords. I have a oh no, this is game 2. I have a static prison. If I wanted to use a static prison. Maybe I'm just supposed to PO for 2 on end step. Let's see where that goes. This I think we had this game like pretty much locked up, and then we hit the 1 in 47 or whatever. The joys of playing Tinker. So obviously I can vamp, but I'm just gonna be at such a low life total that I might need to just be looking at a PO plan instead of a Tinker plan. And at this point, my opponent can have some Flusterstorms and things, so I'm really in not a great spot. Maybe they'll show and tell again. Manifold Key. Could misstep that, but like I need to. All right, it's my last land. It makes mana that I can fetch. I'll PO for 2. See what happens here. Found another PO. I found a fetch land. I have no more fetchables. So like, what is the highest chance of winning the game here? Maybe it's a static prison. I guess I could have always tinkered into a static prison as well. If I had a Yogwill, does that help me? Not really. My yard isn't actually that good. If I had a Black Lotus, a Yogwill looks good. I mean, I have to vamp for something, or I'm dying. Excuse me. Also, if I bounce my static prison, this thing comes back and kills another thing. I don't have another fetchable land, so I can't PO this turn either. Like, maybe the best play is just Mana Crypt PO. I could believe it. I felt like I was like so favored to win this game, and then so unfavored in this one draw step. Oh boy. All right. If this gets countered, I can't tinker for static prison, so I really hope my opponent doesn't have like Flusterstorm. Why do they have Besieger this whole time? The way they're pausing is kind of interesting. Oh, they had Flusterstorm the whole time. Static Prison is not an artifact? Oh, it's an enchantment. I'm too portable hole pilled. My bad. So all of these lines besides Vamp for Static Prison were doomed. I mean, I don't think I'm beating a Flusterstorm from this spot no matter what, but all right, whatever. They have so much mana. Losing this game was so sad, but sometimes you draw your Tinker target. Do I want to have... No, I don't want a Swords. Maybe I want this Karn, actually. Pick something to take out real quick. I get there. Sweet. Is there a better thing to take out? I could have also, like, countered Show and Tell in this game, for what it's worth. But I feel like it made a lot of sense not to counter Show and Tell when I was going to untap Tinker with Force Flusterstorm backup, right? Like, I don't know. I felt like my line made sense. It would have been a lot easier game, though, if I had forced the Show and Tell. Maybe they had another Show and Tell in their hand, too. Never know. I mean, it would have mattered when I try to win the game later. And they flustered my win the game spell. It's not like I ever forced in that game. I just never ended up forcing. So, there were a lot of different routes that game could have gone, but man. All right, we get a game 3. All right, here we go. Game 3, round 1. Yep. This looks like an upkeep ancestral. It's like a lot of things to worry about, like a strip mine if I choose to not do this. Okay. This is the second time I've done an ancestral like that today. The last time lost me a 5-0. Looks like we got an oath on the stack. Might be able to hardcast this negation later in the game, which is why I felt like maybe using the force is slightly better. I still have a force on my turn to like protect a combo. Hit land drop. I mean, this bauble is not very good. Do I want to have Flusterstorm up is the question. I think the answer is yes. Saga Opal. All right, I guess I'm going to put the Ponder into my hand so I have double force if I want it. It's getting juicy. My opponent is out manaing my Flusterstorm a lot in this matchup. Tinka? And can play it around Flusterstorm? You got backup? No. This is Saga Gaming. And we know that there's an Opal underneath. I think I'd still rather play Bobble and crack it if I need to. It's not like I'm ever winning a Fluster War. I mean, if they just play another payoff. All right, I'm gonna crack the Bobble so I get a fresh look here. Another Delta. Definitely making constructs. I guess we're playing a key because I can turn on a Flusterstorm anyways. Not that I think we're gonna end up Flusterstorming at all in this game. Two cards left. Getting close to hard casts. Remember, we have no cage to get. Pio. So I could not use this saga, get a mana crypt, cast a Pio for 3. I could do that and make a construct if I want. I don't feel like that's necessary though. I guess a mana vault makes more mana on the first one. Because I have a key. It makes more sense to do that then. I guess if it gets countered, it's kind of silly, but this lets me have hard cast force and PO. I see. All right, well, I have multiple pieces of counter spells, and I think the clock is still, I guess the clock is not the same. I'm one short unless I draw another artifact. Well, it's pretty relevant. But I do have double hardcast force now. Also, if they use an orchard, they die. I don't hate how this went. I might have still had double hardcast force anyways. Oh. Wish I had a surveil land here. Probably still gonna fetch. Alright, an artifact is lethal. Demonic Tutor is definitely an artifact. it's also definitely lethal. Maybe I should have attacked first so that they can't force. But then if they force, they die too. So I guess they can force because they're gonna hard cast. Whatever. I'm over it. Over it. Am I getting Besiegued? Well, then my contract's not getting Besiegued, so seems like a win. Abrupt Decay. I think that's a big win for us. Yeah, I am kind of regretting not making a second construct. Kind of a learning moment. I thought there were pretty reasonable reasons not to get a second construct, but blue, white, show and tell. I will force your show and tell. Saga Gaming. Fair enough. GG's. All right, got one. All right, we got CRK, the Fleshraker Shops Extraordinaire. Our hand is pretty sweet. So we're going to do the keeping here. If it's Fleshraker Shops, this hand should just usually wins. Yeah, 4 of Bobble, right? I'm going to put 4 in my deck to see it. Mishra's Workshop. Patchwork Automaton. Mox Jet. Mox Emerald. Scrawly Boy. That could kill us. We only have, what, 1 static prison for it? We immediately draw force after. We might just die. Like, we can Tinker Citadel, hit a land drop, and lose. I don't really like our other options, though. I guess we could Ancestral and try to hope to hit a Mox, but... Pretty sure I like tinkering for a Citadel. Time Vault. Snapcaster Mage. That blocks the Scrawling Trawler. I actually think I'm going to... No! Shit! It doesn't block because I have to draw it. I made a mistake. Oh, that was such a bad play. This thing draws me the Snapcaster Mage, and I can't cast it. I wanted to... Well, I forgot that it drew me because I was gonna ambush Viper it. I mean, this is fine. I mean, we didn't lose. The game's not over. We haven't lost yet. What's going on in chat? I still need to deal with this scrawly trawler, but all right. I won. See, chat? See, chat? It's fine. Everything's fine. Well, I do need to kill the scrawly trawler. But I think that's fine. I have a saga, right? Maybe it's not fine. 9. We have 1 static prison. That's actually not fine. Got a little lucky on those. Fetching loses me a turn, so... Looks like 2 tokens does it. I did not play that super well. But we did, I mean, this is the problem with my opponent's deck, is it's basically leaning entirely on Crawler to beat combo, which is not great. Swords looks good here. I actually think Hull Breacher is quite good against my opponent's deck, especially when it's not like a patchwork draw. Negation is only really good against the One Ring, so I kind of don't like that. Then what am I taking out? Island, Flusterstorm. Misstep hits a lot in their deck, but it might still not be worth it. Show and tell to memory jar for lethal. That's big game. That is big game. Something like this seems fine though. Oh, Sensei's top. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking mostly about key, but yeah, for sure. Yep. Welcome to Tinker. I typically like Yogwell when I'm bringing in Swords to Plowshares, because it's increasing the number of Swords to Plowshares. That's fine. Well, the One Ring? Imagine if they played a Jewel here. Fleshraker, 2 cards left. I mean, we just have Tinker Citadel. Like, this is the reason you play this deck. I mean, I don't have double force anyways, so they have a turn 1, they have a turn 1. They need to find a second top though. Nope. That's a key. They can draw with top. They know the top 3 cards, so we should be fine here. I mean, our Tinker can always whiff. Okay, our turn. Can't get Mind Break trapped either. I actually, without 3 opals, it might not actually be correct to sacrifice the opal anymore. I should probably reevaluate that heuristic. You used to always want to sack the opal because you could play more opals, but with 2 opals, that might not be the case. I mean, it has to be ancestral. Yogwill. Yeah, Yogwill's pretty good right here. I can't ancestral before the Yogwill, though. Do I want to sabotage bounce? I guess I can ancestral before the Yogwill, because I just hold priority. I don't think I want to use the sabotage. So I guess I'll just cast ancestral. All right, then we cast Black Lotus. We cast Opal. Do I want to play a land drop? I mean, I have Tinker for a top here, so I'll probably hold my land drop. Tinkering for a... I mean, I could start with Ancestral. There's really no reason I have to tinker for a top right away. Could always hit the top. Found the Flaring Academy, so I got somewhere by waiting. Let's tinker for the top now. This is just mystical for PO. And then PO. All right. And then I have Mentor, Time Walk, Snap, Time Walk, win. All right. 2 ships passing in the night. This is like, I know that PO isn't exactly Esper Tinker, right? But this is kind of what I worry about when people say, oh, I'll get rid of Luris. Like, where do the Luris decks go? They go to Esper Tinker, in my opinion. And, like, the fact that Luris right now doesn't really play combo elements, I think is a really good thing for the format. To have an actual controlling deck that has no combo elements. All right, here we go. Round 3 now. Yeah. Yep. Uh-huh. I keep... This is turn 1 Narset, right? With the key or no? Sure is. Use my key to change this colorless mana into a blue mana. Love it. The best deck to get into Vintage is a deck that utilizes the things you like to do in other formats and the skills you've already learned in other formats. Force pitching Lorien. Force pitching Snapcaster. Black Lotus, Yogg Will, Force Emerald. So I have 4 hits on this Narset, but none of them particularly do anything. I think... Does it make sense to just take a Force? I mean, what I want is next turn for my Narset to find a PO. And if I want that, then the best thing to do is take a Mox or a Lotus. But those are both like kind of marginal at this point, where I'm POing for 4 already. Having a Force post PO or even... I think those are 2 different words, Senpai. I think those are both... Oh, wait, no. You're right. Luminous. Well, that's not the word I'm looking for, though. I'm looking for a word... Oh, that is the right word. Having great volume. Oh, you're right. Okay, never mind. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to take this Force, but I'm not sure it's correct. What are we arguing? What are we even doing in the chat? Saga, go. So now I can draw a blue card and then find a PO, right? That's the big upside here. Whoa. I guess it's just mystical for a PO, right? Yeah. Or mystical for a tinker, yeah, of course. I guess they have hardcast Force now. I don't know. Tinker like sets us up in a bad spot where if we tinker, I guess I can tinker the Pearl. I guess I can tinker the Pearl, actually. Because I was worried about if we tinker the Mana Crypt and we like somehow lose the fight over it, right? Then we don't have like great draws off the top of our deck. What are we playing against? Saga, Lorien revealed, Fetchland. So like Tinker? I mean, it's probably like Grixis Breach or some kind of Tinker deck, right? Feel like maybe it's a Karn Hull Breacher negation matchup. I'm gonna definitely take some NyQuil tonight. I feel like this is a Island, Mystical, Static Prison, Balance. But if it's Hull Breachers on the other side, I do want to have swords though. Maybe the Vamp. I don't know. Something like that. Sure. I do think my hands have been quite good tonight. At least my non-Lutri hands, I should say. Demonic. I wonder if they're going to go for Tinker or Ancestral. They might even go for Force if they're scared. Oh, Black Lotus. POing is okay. Don't hate POing. Oh. Interesting. Sure. Why not? They're F6'd. I'll jam into it. I guess this probably holds up less things technically. So it's probably more correct to use the Soul Ring because it represents, I don't know, opposition agent. That's kind of funny. Is this like Lutri? It's like the Lutri deck, but not Lutri. Is that what's happening? It's hard to 5-0. 5-0ing is not an easy task. 5-0ing, even at extremely high win rates, is a very low percentage outcome. Those cards are so good. I think we're supposed to draw into a Karn this turn, though. That might be worse than drawing into a PO, but I've already decided that's what I'm doing, so. Okay, yeah. Karn in the Tinker Mirror is something else. All right, round 4, special treat. We have NA Eternal Weekend Champion, probably on Luris. We'll see. No Luris. Okay. What does that mean? Doomsday? Oh, no. All right, I mean, they have to build a pile that beats Bauble Fluster. I guess it's Bauble Fluster doesn't really interact with a lot of things, actually. Like, if they simply put a land in their pile and an Oracle, then Bauble Fluster doesn't actually interact with them. All right, they made a Doomsday pile real quick, though. Is there a Black Lotus? There's a Black Lotus in the pile. Oh, I mean, if they have a Street Wraith... Oh, yep, they have a winning pile on turn 1. Sick. Great. Fantastic. Doomsday. This is my average Doomsday experience. I should have conceded to the Gutaxian Probe, but that's okay. I've also liked Petal in Doomsday because I'm a jam gamer, so Static Prison, Balance, Island, and Mystical Tutor probably. Something like that is pretty close. Oh, is this how the dream dies? Ah, that's a below average Doomsday hand. A truly average Doomsday hand would have a forcible backup for their turn 1 kill. I don't really like this hand. I don't really think Bobble is amazing against Doomsday, and even though I have like 2 Flusterstorms, I don't have anything that's advancing my game plan, and I could simply just never draw mana and lose. I think I'd want something better. Yeah. That's better. So I think if I were to just play Mana Crypt and pass, I feel like my opponent would not play into the Hull Breacher. But if I use my Mana Vault, maybe they play into the Hull Breacher. Is that stupid? Should I just play the Hull Breacher? I want to get value though. I want to get value though. I should not tap my Mana Vault to try to mind game my opponent. I should just upkeep a Hull Breacher. Every time I've ever tried to like Hull Breacher in response, it's never ever worked. So I have simply changed my my heuristics and I just jam the whole Reacher on like the best timing window instead. Are they just going for turn 1 Doomsday again? I mean, surely I let this resolve. They can't draw any cards. I still have a negation. I mean, maybe they lose 10. Maybe I don't actually win this. I'm doing the math now, and I'm not sure this was the correct play. Ooh, this avatar glows. Magic Con Las Vegas. Look at this. Look at it glow. It's changing. I want one. Why did it stop glowing? There we go. Boom. What? Oh, if I highlight this, it glows? No, I'm trying to figure out what. So I need to attack 3 times. I have no idea. My best draw is like Flusterstorm, maybe. I guess this is a hard cast negation on the time walk. That's assuredly happening, right? Oh, cut down. I see. I guess I should have played the Mana Vault to play around Fatal Push. I didn't think they'd bring in cut down against me. That's on me. Did not see that coming. My deck has 1 creature main. Whew. They can't, if they have a card draw on this turn, like if they have no, that doesn't work because this is not Narset. So they have to have Time Walk, right? Oh, Surveil one. That's crazy. That's crazy. Surveil one. I was like thinking Time Walk this whole time. So they did bring in 2 Murktide Regents for what it's worth. And a Dress Down. Take a look at their thing. So they have a bunch of Consider. They have a bunch of Considers in their yard. I should have definitely seen that. Yeah, I actually, I think with a prop, like I think with a perfect pile, I should probably be losing that game for letting Doomsday resolve. I think I am supposed to negate the Doomsday. And I started doing some of the math after I let the Doomsday resolve. And there's usually, so the normal things are fetch land. So you have fetch land, you have surveil land, you have time walk, you have consider now. So there's a lot of ways to get cards down deeper to get to the Oracle without drawing cards. Demonic Tutor, another one for sure. Do I want a Swords to Plowshares to beat a Murktide Regent? No. I don't even think I want one. No, I don't want one. If I die to a Murktide Regent, I die to a Murktide Regent. I simply have no respect for it. This hand is not good, right? It doesn't have a counterspell for his turn 1 demonic Doomsday. Does not have the turn 1 counterspell for Doomsday. It does have Vault Key in the not the near future, in the far future. I think I have to just mulligan this hand. I think if one of these moxes was a normal mox, I would definitely consider keeping this. With the Ponder and the Fluster, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe because I can't Ponder and Fluster. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. Oh yeah. That's oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep the Tolarian Academy because I have black mana off of the chip. Brainstorm? We just go Underground Sea Brainstorm? Yo, Max is jamming these cards out too. Like these aren't like think about it. These are we're going. We're going places. I did not hit a mana source. Could I have put the Hull Breacher away and gone for a mana source? Maybe. Is this the classic? I'm actually just going to Flusterstorm this. Because I think it just lets me utilize my blue mana in the right ways. Easy game. I mean, I think this is Tinker for Citadel, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I PO? I can just PO, right? So I'm playing into Mindbreak Trap, obviously, but I think I still like this more. I'm gonna draw through it with top. I guess this gets dazed now. Justin. I just threw this game by literally just that one play through the whole game. Well, I found Ponder anyways. The Ponders make this like the best Citadel deck I've ever seen. The Ponders have been very good. I did not play that section correctly. I played that section very poorly, for anyone wondering. Just gonna force. Guess I haven't needed a top. Am I POing from here? Probably not. Ooh, these cards are not actually great. Oh, GG's. Well, we're almost there. All right, here we are. Playing for our trophy match. This is actually the same player who stopped my trophy match with this exact same deck earlier in the day off stream. I raged on Discord that I was supposed to have a Hercules Recall on my sideboard, and then I never put the Hercules Recall on my sideboard. Because I wasn't planning on playing this deck in this league, we accidentally submitted this deck for this league. So, well, we lost the die roll. We're probably up against aggro shops unless they've changed up their deck list, and we currently do not have the Hercules Recall. So we'll see what happens. I have to keep this one. I have to respect also, like, they could just not be on that deck as well. Where's a Saga? Soul Ring? I kind of want to force this Soul Ring. Because, like, if I'm forcing the Sphere at the end of this, I'm going to force this Soul Ring. Maybe it's, like, a little greedy. And by that, I mean it's very greedy, but... No, I'm not worried about constructs. I'm, like, worried about them having mana. Pretty sure... I play out all my stuff. Like they don't have mana in there. Yeah. That was kind of like, here's the upside. They're now locking themselves under a sphere resistance. Fuck. Well, if I had counter sphere resistance, I would have been able to tinker. But I don't have a Hercules in my deck. I'm so doomed, man. How am I ever beating a single sphere resistance? Ah, Monastery Mentor. I guess that's a pretty decent way. Hope they don't get a needle or something. This like is the one of the worst PO decks I've ever seen versus shops. Like it just has none of the good tools that I normally have in my PO decks to make the matchup incredible. Like I normally have a bunch of things that make the matchup super, super PO favored, and we have none of that. Like we have no main deck Hercules, we have all of these extra ponders and stuff. There's like very few lands. I usually play more lands than this. Um, this is like it really is one of the worst builds versus shops, which makes sense because typical sphere shops is not really in the meta anymore. But I did just lose to this today, so I would have definitely made some changes. No, no, no. I'm gonna lose again. Oh wait, what is this? 1, 2, 3. Please be 6 mana for Golos. And not 4 mana for something bad. Oh, okay. 6 mana for Golos. All right. They can't get a Saga, so what do they get? A Caracas? Like, I really need to get a Mentor down to have any chance in this game. Oh, Academy. Sure. But I just have no... Like, I guess I have some Steel Sabotages, but Steel Sabotages are not the same as Circle's Recall in the matchup. So we'll probably... We lost our Ponder, so we'll probably use our top on our upkeep. Unless we just want to tinker. Probably not. Also, they'll probably wasteland us. Is one spell a turn enough for this Mentor to win? Against like someone who just clearly went to get mana to play more spells? That's not a good sign. Why are they tapping 7 mana? What? I'm gonna lose another trophy to this player. Oh. They just made a Trinisphere 3/3. No, we don't have sideboard help. That's the problem. I'm pretty sure we just lose to this. I think this is lost. Oh no. I can't do it. I can't lose PO to aggro shops twice in the same day for 2 trophies. That's crazy. All right, okay. This deck is just, it's just not very good against aggro shops. Just have this huge pile of ponders. I actually don't think I like Bobble at all. Doesn't really do anything. Yeah, or my main. I used to play Hercules in the main of PO. Like this hand is never gonna is like I have to keep this hand, right? But like it's just never going to win. They always keep 7 too, no matter what. I mean, it depended on what other cards were in their hand. I mean, I drew Tinker off the top, not me. I didn't have a Tinker in my hand. If I had a Tinker in my hand, I would have played differently. I can't just know that I'm going to draw a Tinker. I don't even have like a Sphinx. All I have is a... Please let me just Tinker here. Please. Game. I deserve it. Give it, give it, give it, give it, give it, give it, give me. What is that? Omori Volt. Discard cards. Scry X, where X is the... What? 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 What is going on? I, I don't think I was winning that game. I'm so confused. Are they just conceding? Is that what's happening? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. And it's not very good content. What am I supposed to do, Nami? Am I supposed to mulligan? You want to mulligan it? Like, I can't mulligan it. I feel like I need to... Can I get away with not cracking the Lotus for Mana Vault key? Or should I just do it? So if I make 3 mana, I go to 1 mana and play Vault, and then I tap it and I play Key, and then I untap it. Like, I'm probably supposed to do that, right? Because I can just have more spheres. Yeah, I can only ponder if I tap my Mana Vault again, though. I'm not sure we want to do that. They can also have Trap, I guess. I could just not untap my Mana Vault and cast Ponder. I guess that's not different than untapping my Mana Vault and then tapping my Mana Vault again and casting Ponder. I could just wait. Is there an upside? Like, what could I cast that I'd want to cast? Not really. I don't think there's an upside. Saga. 2 cards left in hand. Second Sphere, which is why we played all these things out. But can I beat a Saga token at the moment? I don't even have Dress Down in my deck. That's how you know it's not my PO list. So... if I go Mystical, and I play a land and I mystical for a Tinker. Tinker costs 5. So that would take like 2 full turns. Seems kind of bad. But I don't have to mystical for a Tinker. I can mystical for something else. But like, what else am I mystical for? Like, what am I even doing if I'm like, I could just take the Ponder here and Ponder again. I could take the mystical and just untap the Volt as well. Probably just supposed to do that. Mystical Hercules? No way! Can't I Tinker next turn? Well, Mystical costs 3, and Tinker costs 5. And getting a Citadel doesn't do anything, because I have no Hercules in my deck. And so, like, Tinkering for a Time Vault is a play I can make, but I can't make it all in the same turn. I mean, I can put them all into play, but my opponent could just, like, get a Null Rod or something. So, like, if I go Mystical right now, I mean, I'm fetching no matter what. But, like, if I go Mystical right now, which I can, I have to use my Mana Vault, and then I have to untap my Mana Vault and then Tinker. So then I will have a Manifold Key. But I will have Volt Key in play. It's just I don't know if that wins. Like, if they have a Needle, it loses. If they don't, it wins, right? What about Demonic Tutor? Demonic Tutor doesn't sack a thing and costs 4. So I could just not untap my, well, not untapping my Mana Vault doesn't actually help me, right? No, I can cast Tinker next turn. I'm not saying that I can't cast Tinker next turn. I'm just saying I don't know if it wins. I guess there's no reason not to use the Demonic Tutor instead, right? Well, I guess it puts it, I have to cast it again. So I should just use it. All right, whatever. I'm done thinking about it. I'm over it. What am I sacking, chat? Am I sacking the Mana Vault? Wait, why does this say cost 4? Oh. Sure, whatever. All right, you have a Pithing Needle or no? Null Rod and Pithing Needle both beat me. I can draw out of Null Rod technically by drawing one of the 2 Steel Sabotages. No Needle. Attack. Looks like I got there. I still don't know if I really got there because my opponent did just concede the last game while winning, so I don't know about that, but they are making me play it out. Hey, I would have drawn a Steel Sabotage. It's kind of interesting. All right, a weird note to end on, but we will definitely take our trophy because I would like to get the new avatar. It'd be kind of nice. So we got there. Took us 8 attempts to get a 5-0 with, or 8 on-screen attempts and probably 10 total attempts. Yeah, I played the Italian PO Master PO. I don't like this build. I like Ponders in general against the metagame. But I don't think I like some of the configuration issues I have. I'm not 100% sold on the Static Prison, but it was pretty good against me in Italy when I played against him. So I'm gonna test it some more. Tinker is still Tinker. Even when it's outside of the metagame a little bit, Tinker is still that good. So yeah, we did accidentally choose this deck list, and we did get there. We went at least 4-1 in this league. I'm hesitant to say that we won our last round, to be reasonable about it, but yeah. There we go. We got a trophy. It'll probably be tied for the top 15, which means we'll get a nice sweet avatar. Hopefully this was enjoyable content. More gameplay content like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the YouTube channel. See you then.